Hey guys, what's up? I am back with the brand new video and it's time to do a PUBG test between the Poco F3 versus the Poco F2 Pro. And guys, the Poco F2 Pro is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset with Adreno 650 GPU, and also we have 8 GB of RAM with the 256 GB of internal storage. While on the Poco F3 we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 processor with Adreno 650 GPU as well, and also we have 8 GB of RAM with a 256 GB of internal storage. And guys, on the back we get a Corning Gorilla Glass version 5 on both phones, and the side it is made up of aluminium on the Poco F2 Pro, while on the Poco F3 we get a plastic. On the front we get a 6.67 inch Full HD AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate on the Poco F3, while on the Poco F2 Pro we get a Full HD Super AMOLED display with a 60Hz refresh rate, no high refresh rate display on the Poco F2 Pro. And the interesting thing is that we get a center punch hole on the Poco F3 which looks very small, while on the F2 Pro we get a pop-up selfie camera, and you can see which is a really unique feature on the Poco F2 Pro. I guess you can see that, and the full screen display on the Poco F2 Pro looks much better as compared to the punch hole, but we have 120Hz on the Poco F3. And guys, also we get dual speakers on the new F3 which is not really available on the Poco F2 Pro. We only get a single speaker. So in this video I'm going to show you how is the gaming performance of the Poco F3 versus the Poco F2 Pro. And guys, also we have a 4700 mAh battery size with a 30W super fast charging on the Poco F2 Pro, while on the Poco F3 we get 4520 mAh battery size with 33W fast charging. So without any wasting time, now let's quickly launch the PUBG Mobile on both phones. And I also enable the game mode on this phone, and you can also see the battery percentage on both phones. And guys, we have 66% on the F2 Pro, while on the F3 we have 29%. And let's see that we have any advantage on the Poco F3 with their high refresh rate display. You can also see the FPS as well, but not 100% all the time. And guys, right from the start, and the speaker quality it is much better on the Poco F3, and you can see, and the Poco F2 Pro it is more faster there. And guys, you can see that at the game it is on. So first let me show you the graphics option on this phone. Now let's go to the settings, and you can see, and guys, we get a smooth graphics on both phones with extreme frame rate, and you can see which is also available in the balanced graphics as well. And you can see we also have HD graphics. In HD graphics we also have extreme option on this phone, and you can see in HDR we also have extreme option on this phone. We also have Ultra HD on both phones. In Ultra HD we get a ultra frame rate on this phone, so you can see that, and both phones give you a maximum 60 FPS gameplay, no 90 FPS. Now let's play on smooth graphics with extreme frame rate, and also I set the style on the colorful as well. So guys, now let's see the arena training on the Poco F3. After that we will see the performance on the Poco F2 Pro, and you can also see the FPS as well again, and both phones give you a 60 FPS gameplay, no 90 FPS on both these two devices. And again we have dual speakers on the Poco F3. So guys, and the game it is on. Enable the gyro on this phone, and you can see, and guys, and the gyro it is also work really good on this phone, and you can see no lag whatsoever. Let me show you the FPS, and you can see in the gameplay it is at full 60. So guys, now let's play.
First point for the red team.
And the game it is very smooth and responsive as well, because we have 120Hz refresh rate.
Killing spree for the red team. Cover me.
Guys, and the speakers it is also really good on the Poco F3. Right now let me show you the FPS one more time again, and the gameplay it is at 60, no FPS drop on the Poco F3.
Spree for the red team. Enemies down. Is in the lead.
And guys, now let's see the FPS one more time. Again, the gameplay it is at 60. No issue right now on the Poco F3.
Nice shot. Cover me.
Again, it does not have any 90 FPS option on this phone, even though we get a Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 processor. And guys, you can see that and the Poco F3 is performed really good in the arena training. So now let's play on the Poco F2 Pro. Again, we get a single speaker on the Poco F2 Pro, no dual speakers. And guys, you can see that right now we are in the game. So now let's enable the gyro first on the Poco F2 Pro. Let's see if we have any issue or not. And you can see it's also really smooth as well. Let's see the FPS it is also 60 as well. So guys, now let's play on the Poco F2 Pro. And guys, and right from the start, the speakers it is not really good. We get a single speaker, so no very good effect that we only get on the F3.
Reloading.
So guys, now let's see the FPS on the F2 Pro. And you can see again, you can see no issue right now on the Poco F2 Pro as well, because we get a flash chip internals on both phones. And guys, and one thing I find is that the touch response it is also not really smooth, not really fast as the Poco F3, because we have a higher sampling rate on the F3.
Killing spree for the blue team. Dead. Nice shot. Cover me. Enemy down. Blue team is in the lead.
So guys, now let's see the FPS one more time. 60 again. And guys, the half match is over.
No mercy. Killing spree for the red team. Target down. Dead. Cover me. Clear. Reloading.
And guys, you can see that. And guys, right now
About to win.
both phones is performed very similar,
Have a lot of time left.
because the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870, the GPU as well as the CPU it is very similar on both phones. It also has the touch response, it is also not really fast on the F2 Pro.
Expired. Cover me.
Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the lead.
Blue team victory.
And as you can see that, and the Poco F2 Pro is also really good in the pinner training, and you can see no lag whatsoever on the Poco F2 Pro as well. And the gameplay is very similar on both phones, and you can see. So guys, overall I have to say regarding the gaming performance of both these two devices, as you can see that, and the gaming performance of both these two devices it is very similar on both phones, and you can see in inner training both phones give you a 60 FPS gameplay, although we get a single speaker on the F2 Pro, as well as the touch response it is not really fast as the Poco F3. So that's really huge difference that I find. And guys, the heating wise in both phones it is not really hot, I would say, and Poco F2 Pro it is a little bit more hotter as compared to the F3, but overall I have to say that not really overheating issue on both phones. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this PUBG test between the Poco F3 versus the Poco F2 Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.